Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It's 7:53 p.m. It is Sunday evening, April 21st, the 2024th year of our Lord. And it's cold, man. We had a lot of rain come through last night and all day today. And this done brought in a cold front. I'm going to tell you, it's cold. I know it's a different type of cold. You know, it's not in the 20s or 30s or nothing like that. It's 54 degrees right now, but yesterday or all week long it was up in the low 90s. It's been up in the low 90s all week long, and it's been down below 55, between 50 and 55 all day today. I can't deal with that, man. When it gets up into the 90s and then drops 40 degrees like that overnight, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But it is what it is, man. I can't do nothing about the weather. But what's going on with y'all, man? Y'all doing all right? I hope y'all had a good weekend, man. I really do. We got to get back after it tomorrow. Do some slicing and dicing. I had to adjust the deck pitch on both the standers. I thought I was done with the maintenance until we drove around the neighborhood yesterday morning on the golf cart. My wife and we noticed the yard that I had cut Monday looked like it was scalping on one side of the mower. And for some reason, I didn't notice it Monday. But, yeah, I mean, it looked rough. And thankfully, the guy doesn't live there. But I came home, and today I adjusted the deck pitch on my mower and went back over there. I didn't do a complete lawn mowing, but I went back over there and mowed the lawn. I mean, just to try to level it out, you know. It looked bad, and that ain't the way I want to leave somebody's yard, man. It's been a week, almost a week since it's been cut, but I don't care. This one was on me. That one was on the house because I screwed it up. But yeah, keep up with your deck pitch, guys. That's all I'm gonna say, because the left side, if you're standing on the mower, the left side of it was about 3/4 inches lower, 3/4 of an inch lower than the right side. And on my 61, the Stander X, the back right side of the deck was about 1/4 inch low. But that one, you can't really tell on that one. But watch my previous video, I'll show you how I did it, man. But yeah, keep up with your deck pitch. Check it. I was told from the dealer, you know, when you're doing your maintenance, all that stuff on your mower, is about once every 2 months you need to check the deck pitch on your mower, just to make sure it hadn't gotten out of whack. And you shouldn't have to adjust it a whole lot. You shouldn't have to adjust it none, really. But I mean, I say none, not much. But sooner or later you're gonna have to fix it, because just rattling the vibration of the engine and everything else is, sooner or later it's going to get out of whack, or you're going to hit a root, rock, something. But it's all good, man. We got it knocked out, got it taken care of, and got everything squared away. And my customer's yard looks a hell of a lot better now. And it'll look good for a week, and then it'll look even better for 2 weeks. But anyway, I picked up a new customer today. I went and done a quote probably about 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's only gonna be for about 2 months, but it's money, man. And right now things have been slow with us. Things have been, compared to last year and the year before, you know, the growth rate has been very, very minimal, very minimal. And I'm a little upset about it. I'm not gonna fret about it. And I actually had a conversation with another guy about an hour or two ago. Buster, what's up, Buster? Shout out to you, New Hope Cuts. Me and him was talking, and a very well-known company in my area, and this guy is also a YouTuber. The company in my area is actually just one of his franchises, but he's a very well-known YouTuber. I'm not going to put his name out there. I'm not going to put the name of his company out there, because I don't want to badmouth anybody on here. But he's been lowballing the hell out of everybody around here which I don't know if it's him that's doing it or if it's the franchise owner. But he's been lowballing a lot of people around here, and I'm not the only one that's losing business to him. I know several yards that I had last year, they didn't sign up with me this year because they signed up with this guy. And I'm actually really close with 3 other landscapers in my areas. I know a bunch of them around here, but I'm really close with 3 other landscapers around here, and they told me they're having the same problem out of the same guy. And the only reason I know that this guy is doing this is because a buddy of mine found one of his door hangers on his property. He said he don't know if the guy put a door hanger on his customer's door or if he put it on the neighbor's door and it just blew over into that property. But he found a door hanger, and it was talking about basic mowing packages start at $40 per service. Man, I'm telling you right now, I don't care how big you are, I don't care how small you are, dude. In my area, if you're in the CSRA, the Augusta, Georgia area, if you're within 20 miles of this area, you better not be charging $40, because you are sorely missing out on some serious money. You're shooting yourself in your own foot, and you are also ruining the market. And sooner or later, when them 100-degree day hits, you're gonna pay for it. You really are, because at $40 a cut, there's no way in hell that you can afford to pay your guys what they need to be paid to earn a decent living or an honest living. And they're gonna be out here in these 100-degree day, and they're gonna get pissed off and quit because they're not making enough money. And you're gonna be in a world of hurt. You're gonna lose all your customers to people like me. So to this guy, if you see this video, you know who you are. I'm not gonna mention your name, I'm not gonna mention your company, I'm not gonna bash you on here, but you need to think twice about what you're doing, because not only are you screwing yourself, you're also screwing other landscapers. But enough of that, man. To anybody out there starting out, I actually had this conversation with a guy. I want to say it was Wednesday. To anybody that's out there starting out, do it the right way. Okay? If you're gonna start a business and become build a business that you can be proud of, or possibly hand down to your kids one day, or think about the end game, something that you can retire from and possibly sell the company one day. Build something you can be proud of. Okay? Go into this, pay your taxes, put up enough money to pay your taxes every year. Don't be scrounging up pennies at the end of the year to try to come up with tax money. Save you some money. Do the 70-30 rule. Get insurance. Be licensed. Be insured. Once you pick up enough clients, before you start worrying about equipment and all that crap, get you some workers' comp insurance, okay? Because that goes a long way too, especially when it comes to bidding on commercial properties and things of that nature. But also, have standards in your business, okay? Build a business. Don't be out here chasing money. Build a business and stick to your business model. I mentioned that in my video Friday. Have a business model and stick to it. Don't stray from it. And don't let other people or other customers persuade you to go a different way. You run your business the way you want to run it, the way it works for you, the way you're comfortable running your business, and build something you can be proud of. Do what you say you're going to do. Earn trust with your customers. Communicate with your customers. and put in the hard work, burn some boot leather, go all the free avenues that you can when it comes to advertising, and go to work, man. Just go to work. You know, I was talking to a fairly new guy. He said he was in his first year. You know, he'd been doing it since, I think he told me August of last year. He started cutting grass in August, and then he just did cleanups and things like that all winter long, and bush jobs and things of that such. But we were talking, you know, and he sounded like he had a pretty good head on his shoulders, but he was getting discouraged, you know. And I think, you know, when he found out that I just quit my job and went full time in my business, I think that discouraged him a little more. And I had to explain to him, you know, I'm in my third year. You know, my first year was very slow. I created a Google profile that took my business to the next level, and really that set me up for success. If I hadn't have created that Google profile, I would still be working a 9-to-5 job right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But, you know, your first year, you're really just basically focusing on getting your name out there, learning the ins and outs of the business, and putting up money. That's basically what you're doing in your first year. You know, don't get me wrong. Now, there's stories of people on YouTube. I think Jonathan down at Florida Turf Pros, I think he said he picked up 40 or 50 customers his very first year in business. And, dude, that's outstanding. I mean, most people don't do that. That's a lot. But you've got to understand, too, that was also in a time where he probably wasn't charging $60 per cut. But you hear about stuff like that on YouTube, but that's not everybody. That doesn't happen for everybody. Not saying it won't happen for you, but that doesn't happen for everybody. And I actually know a guy, a really good friend of mine. He was a police officer in Richmond County. He was Richmond County SWAT, and he just got tired of the direction that the force was going. So he quit. He just walked off his job and started cutting grass. And within that first year, he picked up enough clients that he was able to hire a crew. Now that really is something that never happens. But he had a leg up. He was doing some work for a guy on the side that owned a landscaping business, and the guy that owned the business, he decided to get out of the business and get into hardscape. He didn't necessarily sell all of his business, but he got into hardscapes too, and he turned the lawn maintenance over. He sold him the business, basically, that side of the business. He just had to come up with his own name. But as far as the customer, the clientele base, and the leads and everything, he sent all the leads to him, and he had over 100 clients within his first year. And like I said, man, he had a leg up on everybody. That's not the way I did it. That's not the way probably 99% of people do it out there. But you got to put in the work, man. It doesn't happen overnight. You're not just gonna go to sleep one night and have a dream that you're supposed to start a business, or that you're gonna start a business, and then wake up the next day and have a $250,000 business fall in your lap. That's not the way it works. You've got to brainstorm. You've got to plan. You've got to do all of that, man. And then you've also got to put in the work, man. You've got to shed the blood, sweat, and tears. There's no way around that. Any business that you try to start, whether it be something in an office, whether it be plumbing, electrical work, welding, carpenter, landscaping, whatever you want to do, you've got to put in work. You're not just going to fall into a $250,000, $500,000, or $1 million business overnight. That does not happen. That never happens. But just come up with a plan. Do it for a little while. After you figure out what you want to do, establish a business model, stick to that business model, stick to your plan, and stay diligent with your plan. And put your hands to the plow and go after it. You're going to deal with lowballers. You're going to deal with people like the guy that you're going to deal with the $25 guy. You're going to deal with people that are balking at your prices, the tire kickers and lowballers. If you're still working a 9-to-5 job, you know you're going to deal with your 9-to-5 job giving you hell until you finally leave. I went through all that. We've all been there. We've all done it, and it's very possible. It's very stressful. It takes a toll on your body, it takes a toll on your mind, and if you let it, it can also take a toll on your health. But the bottom line is, if you put your mind to it and you put your hand to the plow, you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But the first step is you just got to get out there, man. Get your name out there. Decide what you want to do. Put your name out there and go to work. That's the main thing. And once you get that part done, that is the hardest part. That part and staying patient. Those are the two hardest things you will come across in business, in your career, no matter what business you try to do. Getting started and being patient. But I do want to say this though, if you have gotten that far as deciding to start a business and just getting out there and doing it, then congratulations to you, man, because that takes guts. It really does. Whether you went out and bought some equipment, or whether you're starting with your own, whether you walked off your job, whatever it may be, man, you got out there and did something that a lot of people just simply aren't willing to do. A lot of people are too impatient. They want to see results right now, and a lot of people just don't want to put in the effort. So kudos to you, man, for getting out there and doing something and trying and making an effort. But anyway, man, I was talking to another guy. I want to say it was Tuesday. Matter of fact, I know it was Tuesday. It was another landscaper. I was cutting grass, and I had just got done cutting this yard, and I was getting ready to blow it off. And another landscaper pulled up, and he saw my backpack sprayer on my trailer. And he come up to me and he asked me if I was licensed and what all you had to do it, to get licensed. And I told him, hey, this guy had been doing it for 23 years and he never did get licensed to spray. I mean, he has a business license to do what he does, but he doesn't have a license to spray. And which is really stupid that you have to have a license to spray Roundup. And in my opinion, that's just the government wanting their cut of everything. That's all it amounts to. But the bottom line is, you can't do anything about it. You got to get licensed, because if you don't, it's going to catch up to you. And this guy's a prime example. He's been doing it for 20-something years. And he was on a main corridor, the intersection of two main corridors here in Columbia County, Georgia. And he said an unmarked white F-150 pulled up beside his truck, and he didn't think nothing about it, because you see those trucks everywhere. And they was just working, him and his crew. He had a man and a woman working with him. And he said when one of his guys got done weed eating, he went to go put the weed eater on the truck and grab a blower. He said when he turned the corner to go walk up onto the trailer, the man that was driving that truck was standing in the trailer messing with stuff. And he said his helper went over there and grabbed him by the back of his neck and the seat of his pants and just flipped him over backwards and body slammed him and jumped on top of him. And he said he saw it, and he had to go over there and pull him off of him. And he found out what was going on. It was the revenue man, or whatever you want to call him. That's what we all around here know him as. He saw the backpack sprayer, and he knows that, I'm gonna say probably 60% of the landscapers in our area are not licensed to spray for anything. And walked up on his trailer to check to see what was in his backpack sprayer, and the guy had just some residual of Roundup in his backpack sprayer, and the guy told him that he was going to write him a ticket for it, and I forgot what he said the fine was, but he stuck with a fine, and he was asking me how to go about getting his license. But I know here in this area you've got to take tests, you know, and around here, I don't know if it's like this across the entire state, but here you got to pass a test, and once you pass that test, I mean, it's stupid questions on the test, it really is. An idiot can pass this test, but once you pass that test, you just go to the courthouse and get your license, and your test results are good for Georgia and South Carolina, or at least Aiken, Edgefield, Richmond, and Columbia counties. I don't know if it's like that across the entire state, but so yeah, if you're riding around with a backpack sprayer on your trailer and it is visible, make sure you're licensed, man. That's in my opinion. I'm not trying to knock any of y'all, but in my opinion, man, that's just common sense, you know. You know you've got to be licensed. You know you got to be insured. Just do it, man. It sucks, but it's something we've all got to do. And it really doesn't cost much. It really doesn't. I promise it doesn't. But I'm getting ready to start a website. I was talking to a guy earlier, Buster again, talking to him down in Warner Robins, Georgia. Shout out again, Buster. I was talking to him, and he told me about a thing called Wix.com, and I'm gonna check it out when I get off of here. And my wife and I, we're gonna sit down and see if we can't figure this thing out, because I've got to get ahead of the game, man. This guy going around lowballing everybody, he's really taking a toll on everybody. And it's like I said, it's not just me. It's happening to every single landscaper in the area. And I know my buddy, he said, I tell you what, if I see these trucks in the area, they're going to be riding around with 4 flat tires. He said, I'm sick of it, because he's lost over 20 accounts to this guy. And I think I had 6 or 7 customers that just simply didn't sign up with me this year because of it. And I'm not getting the leads that I got last year, and I think that has something to do with it. And I know I've had several people balk at my prices a lot. Now, granted, my minimum is a little bit higher this year than what it was last year. I know my first year I was at 60 minimum. Last year I was at 65. This year I'm at 70. And I did that because my hourly rate is $70 per man hour, and I decided that this year was going to be the year that I was going to go full time, and I wanted to raise my price to help myself out as much as I could. But the thing about it is, probably 85 or 90% of the properties that I have, they take me somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes to do. So I told my wife, I said, I think what I'm going to do, and I hate to do this, I hate to admit that I'm going to do this, but it is what it is, man. I've got a family to feed, I've got to put food on the table, and I'm still going to make a profit. I'm still going to make a profit. It's not going to be the profit margins that I wanted, but it's still going to be a profit. I'm going to be to the good. And but I'm going to drop my prices back down to 65 and see if that helps me at all. And the reason being, what really opened my eyes was last week. I had 4 leads last week. I had 4 quotes that I had to go give last week, and all 4 of those customers, all 4 of those people turned me down because they said I was too expensive. But so yeah, I think I've probably missed out on 15 or 20 customers, new clients this year because of my price. And so I'm gonna drop it back down to 65. I mean, my phone is still ringing 2 or 3 times a week. Some weeks it's ringing every day, but we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, man, that's enough of the doom and gloom. Man, I really hope y'all had an amazing weekend, and all you weekend warriors out there that are trying to start a business and that are just doing this on the side, man, I hope y'all got through it with all this rain, especially if you're in my area. And man, I hope y'all killed it this weekend. I really do. But look here, man, I've been on this long enough. I've rambled on enough. I need to get back inside and figure out something for supper. It's going to be a fend for yourself night tonight because we ate a late lunch. So I'm probably going to go inside and eat me a Hot Pocket or a sandwich or something. Eat me some kid food. But look here, man. Hope y'all have an amazing week. And I hope God blesses each and every one of y'all. And until the next one, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.